Welcome back to Didsbury. Yet more technical problems, I'm afraid, with the stream, but we think we're back. And you can see Didsbury moving on 2:02 for 6 as the closing over. Steve Green and Tom Bidwell in now. Not sure whether you saw the wicket of Sam Leach, who fell caught and bowled to the last ball of Raghu Sharma's spell. He finished with 1 for 38. We've got Alex Coates coming back now. He's changed ends, coming from this Parswood end. Took an age to get things set for his first ball. Anyway, his over's gone wide, 1-1 so far, and that one past the edge of Tom Bidwell's bat.
Ruby. Ruby. Ruby.
So yes, 203 for 6 Didsbury with just over 7 overs remaining. Run rate healthy enough, but the wickets have fallen regularly, which gives Longton a glimmer of hope. Oh, there's hesitation. Now a direct hit, he's struggling, but he's missed. And that was a big asked direct hit from there. Tom Bidwell called through by Steve Green, hesitated, and would have been out by a long way had the hit been accurate. It's a big ask from actually the edge of the 30-yard circle to a direct hit. Nice shot from Steve Green. Whizzed that one away. That'll just be a single. And that's a good, yeah. Good comeback over from Alex Coates, just 5 runs from it. 205 for 6. Coates has got 3 more overs to bowl. Roddy Mack has got 2 more, and he's really been the pick of the attack for Longton. 1 for 24 from 6. Although skipper Ed Jones earlier might recall seeing, well, the very testing first 4 overs. The last 4 got very expensive, so not what he would have wanted, but Brodie Maxwell really well. Has kept the runs down, and that's a good tumbling stop. Keeps Steve Green just to a single. Flipped away. Raghu Sharma doing the diving stop. Let's bring on to 206 for 6. Nice shot from Tom Bidwell. There should be a 2 there. It's a good 2 for Tom Bidwell. And a big gap there in the outfield. Oh. Oh, that's gone big, it's gone high though, and it's going to be out. Tom Bidwell, well caught. As you heard, Joe Abbott's, the fielder underneath it. Went for the short boundary, but a top edge sweep from Tom Bidwell, and he departs for 6. And that's a 7th wicket down for Didsbury with just 208 on the board. Still some overs to bat. And a second wicket for Brodie Mack, who's bowled very, very well, as Liam Booth comes out to replace Tom Bidwell. Right-handed bat, of course, Liam Booth. We see Tom Bidwell trudging off. Disconsolate, but he did his best to jockey the score along. He was a late draft into the team, replacing Jack Ward, who broke a finger yesterday, it turns out, unfortunately for Jack. So Liam Booth will be on strike, the new batter. That law changing this season, so whether or not the batsman cross and the catch is completed, the new batter will be on strike, unless it's the end of the over. Liam Booth's got 2 balls to face, and Didsbury have got a bit of work to do to keep this run rate going. It's just dipping back down towards the 6 mark. It has indeed been a really good spell from Brodie Mack. It's 2 for 27. Oh, and he nearly had another one there. That whizzed past the outside edge. 3 off the over and a wicket. Very much Longton's over that one. 6 overs remaining. You can see that steady fall of wickets on the graph. Just what pegged Didsbury back. And that's been the tail of it, really. After the terrific start, it's been some good solid batting, but regular wickets falling. Steve Green finding the boundary again there. Sorry, I'm just trying to make a cup of coffee at the same time. Important things in life. But fine boundary for Steve Green, went fine as well, and he's on to 24 now, very handy 24. That's the field, just rejigs, fine leg going down now, so a man coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary into the circle. Alex Coates. Oh, and he's just come to the right place. Steve Green's picked out the man who's just moved into the circle for that shot. So, relief for the bowler. hammered that out. The man's drifted back now to the mid-wicket boundary. That's a single, 7 off the over. 2-1-5 for 7 with 5 overs remaining. And certainly set up for an intriguing little finale. Didsbury with not many wickets in hand to play with. This will be Brodie Mack's last over. An excellent spell, 2 for 27 for him. He's been the main man for Longton. So I'm just going to sort my coffee out and I'll be back. See what happens. Steve Green on strike. Sorry, I'm back now. So a fine 4 nailed off the first ball by Steve Green, followed by a run down the ground. 220 up for Didsbury. That's just the 4th boundary Brodie Mack's conceded in 8 overs, which with this short boundary and a lot of left-handers is a terrific effort from him. Liam Booth's got one away though off the edge, not what he would have intended, but I think this might run away too. Oh, he's pulled it back in, yep. And we're going to get a 3. That's first, an all-run 3, first one of the game. Oh, nicely done, Steve Green, came down. Pinch a single, very difficult to stop these runs now. And a good over already for Didsbury. 9 off it, first 4 balls. Straight into the ground, fellas. There's an appeal for a catch, but that was volleyed straight back into the ground. So the last ball of Brodie Mack's spell, really good spell. In fact, it's the most expensive over of it. I'm going to get a single off the last one. So 10 off it. So an expensive end for Brodie Mack, a shame, but 8 overs he's bowled 2 for 37. And that's made a huge difference, dragging Longton into the game again after they were... Didsbury was starting to find a boundary with regularity, but Brodie Mack's done a fantastic job, I think. 225 for 7 with 4 overs remaining. Steve Green again, a valuable knock. 49 yesterday, 31 today, off 25 balls. Number 7 is absolutely terrific. And so we're going to have Alex Coates. Liam Booth's hit him nicely, but it's going to be a single, I think. So the cover fielder on the boundary. Steve Green almost swung himself off his feet there. And just the ball stayed exactly at his feet. they've taken their time about these overs. Over 2.5 hours have been going now. Although we've had a couple of ball retrievals, haven't taken over long. And I don't know if the umpires will be having words about this. I'm not sure if there is a sanction for slow over rates, but we've had 153 minutes of cricket, and still 3.5 overs to bowl. And you should be it's around about 17 an hour. That's a bit of a heaved shot, but it's going to get 4 for that, Steve Green. You saw that all the way on your screen. Fortuitous, but Didsbury will take that, and he's deserved that, probably Steve Green, he would say, and I'd agree with him. He's under 35, 230 up now for 7. Yeah, I was just saying, they're going to be not far away from 3 hours for 40 overs at this, probably at least 160 odd minutes. 150 minutes is 2.5 hours, and we're into the past that now. Umpire had a look, and he said wide. So I'll have to do that one again. Alex Coates, and it's wide number 15 of this innings. Him and Tom Hope have bowled 4 apiece, which Tom Hope's have also gone, one went to the boundary, I remember. Oh, it's going to be a leg bye. Thump on the pad. Big swing from Steve Green. That brings Liam Booth down to the last ball of the 37th over. Didsbury going to be over a run a ball here with this run rate, you'd think, by the end of the innings. They have been all innings, in fairness. And Liam Booth, as much to Alex Coates' disgust, got that pass mid-off, or rather escorted that to the boundary. And that's a fine way for Didsbury to finish that over. 11 from it in total. There you can see the scorecard: 236 for 7, 3 overs to bowl. Now it's going to have to be Tom Hope, isn't it? And he's going to have to switch ends as well. A bit of a torrid afternoon with the ball, Tom Hope. He did trap Nick Anderson, LBW, which was a very valuable wicket, but he's gone for 55 of his 6. And so his first 4 overs went for 31, and then his second 2 for 24. And now he's had to change ends. Ball into a set batsman, 3 overs left. Let's just see, where's this field. He's got a deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg on the short leg side boundary, long off and cover. Couldn't see out of shot there. Has stopped that. No, well, stopped it going over the boundary. Just 1 run for Steve Green. So that brings Liam Booth on strike. His full little part he's played in this 29 stand. That's going to be a wide. And you can feel a bit of despondency in the Longton ranks now. So they've been out in the field a long time. I think longer than they should have been. I think they should have been coming off now. About 2.5 hours. But they've bowled 16 wides. I'm not sure, but they've bowled nearly 2 overs worth of wides in terms of extra balls. That's a slower one, that's going to be another one. And Didsbury gratefully receiving all these extras being generously donated by Longton. And doesn't get any easier for Tom Hope. As I say, he has had to change ends, pour the brunt of the early onslaught. Came back for 2 overs in the middle, which got hit. Now changing ends. And Liam Booth has flicked that beautifully. I think he's going to be caught. Is caught, yes. Thank you very much, Will, for that information. Tom Steele, the catcher, was beautifully picked up by Liam Booth. He'll feel a bit aggrieved about that. Very sweetly timed, but to the man. So Liam Booth departs. He made 10. Didsbury 239 for 8. I'll just want to bat these overs out carefully as well. That is Rohan Agarwal, who we will see bowling a little later, I suspect. He'll be facing when he comes in. Good innings from Liam Booth. Not so much the 10 that he made, but the 31 added with Steve Green in under 4 overs. Very, very handy for Didsbury. It's a second wicket for Tom Hope. He'll be happy about that. 2 for 58. At least it's not been his afternoon really with the ball. So we're just getting ourselves sorted. Rohan Agarwal, right-handed batsman, of course. Fine young prospect. And aside, obviously, for his bowling. But a very cool customer with bat in hand as well. And he's straight away with a single. It's nicely done. So Didsbury have at least got to the runner ball run rate, 6 and over. I think they'll get a little beyond that. That's going to depend on Steve Green. Still got 2.5 overs to use, Didsbury, and the umpires are having a talk about time here. I'll just see, you just might see them in the, just checking, because we're into 160 minutes now, and you can see the umpire, or you might be able to see it, but you can see David Tate, the umpire, speaking to the captain. And I don't know whether that's a time penalty that's going to be imposed. We'll find out. I don't actually know, I'll be honest. But there's clearly been something clearly said to the captain of Longton, who's down at short third man on the 30-yard circle. The umpires have both came together, looked at their watches, and we have been saying that it has been a slow effort from Longton. We're still 2.5 overs away from finishing the innings, and we've had over 2.5 hours of cricket. So anyway, we'll see what that says. And that looks wide, and there's another wide, and we'll all add to the problems. It's 3rd wide in 4 balls. 7th from Tom Hope. Has to be bowled again. It's now 13 actual wide deliveries that we've had, so over 2 overs worth of those. Worth 18 in total, 26 extras. Yeah, well, it's a consideration, and now he's going to come around the wicket. And doesn't look to be overly hurrying either, I have to say. Nicked it, and he's gone. It did work coming around the wicket in the end, and it's paid off. So some more cheer for Tom Hope, a 3rd wicket for him. And who knows, because Didsbury now 9 down, there's still a little bit of time to bat. And that's the key wicket of Steve Green. As Tom McGowan, last man, comes onto the field now for Didsbury. But that's a fine hand from Steve Green. He gets a good hand, and it's been a valuable little middle over. 36 off 31 he's made. 5 fours in that and really got the score going. And these two now just, I would like to see them bat this out. Use all these deliveries. Keep Longton out there because the time is ticking on. Just located my pork pie. So, Tom McGowan, it's a lovely drive for a first ball to deepish mid-on, single. So this over's gone, as you can see, I think on your screen, 1 wide wicket, 1 wide wicket, 1. 3 for 61 is the result of for Tom Hope. Last ball of this over's a slower one. Safely back, and that's a dot ball to finish. So 6 off the over and 2 wickets as well. Eventful, it took a while. And you can see the 2 bowlers with the overs to bowl. Alex Coates will see now. Oh, 242. Just had a helpful explanation from Sam Leach from Didsbury, who was just querying how many they had to have in. And I think because of the overrate problem, they've had to bring an extra man in, so they've only got 4 out now. That looks wide as wide. And all these runs mounting up. So there are 5 out. I'm not aware that, well, that seems okay. They've still only got 4 in the circle, so that doesn't seem to have been applied. Sam was just explaining a possible what's gone on. As I say, we did see the umpires clearly speaking to the Longton captain, pointing to watches, and it has taken a long time to get these overs bowled. Keep saying 14 wides hasn't helped. Tom McGowan can't make any headway, but just needs to stay there, use these deliveries up. Oh, that's going to be out if it hits. Oh, and wasn't. Not gathered a single, scrambled. Rowan Agarwal very keen to get through for 1. Tom McGowan on his heels. Throw came in. bowler couldn't quite gather it. It was a desperate effort, very close. No overthrows, thankfully, from Longton's point of view. But another run for Didsbury, 244 for 9. Alex Coates into Rowan Agarwal. He said that nicely. Thinking of two here, these two, aren't they? Yes, they are, and they're going to get two as well. That's a great effort from Rowan Agarwal, and there's possibly another one there if they wanted it, but no. But great running from the youngster. Those were the days, eh, when you could do get a quick two like that. I always wanted two as well, even though the fielder was picking the ball up as they were turning for that second. Great running, two valuable runs, 246. One ball left of this penultimate over. And it's defended, so 4 off the over in total. Didsbury will take that. So they've kept Longton out there. 246 for 9. You can see a succession of decent partnerships, a very good start for Didsbury, but then they always seem to get pegged back just as something really big was looking to build. Anyway, they've got through to the final over. They're in a good position with 246 runs on the board. And over to bowl. And it's going to be Tom Hope. Tom McGowan on strike. Well, it's a big, slow, loopy full toss. Single taken. Brings Rowan Agarwal on to strike. And he's going to be looking for two here again, I think. Yes, he is. He's going for two. Oh, it's a wide throw, and again he gets two. Puts the pressure on the fielder very well, Rohan. That's excellent running. Throw came up wide of the stumps. It's been down at the nets at Lancashire and getting some coaching there, and it's clearly paying off in a lot of ways. That's a nice hit out into the deep. I think he's penetrated the two fielders out there. He's going to get another two, Rowan Agarwal, as the 250 comes up for Didsbury. And we are indeed just now 9 minutes short of 3 hours. That's really been poor from Longton, I have to say, that over 8, with spinners as well. And we'll see what sanction applies to them. That's another single for Rowan Agarwal. Oh, is that out? The umpire says no. So there's 1 run completed. The umpire at square leg said not out, and he's still shaking his head. We've had no signal, so that's only 2 runs. Umpires are just conferring. I think they're going to give 5 here, are they? They are now, because of the change of law. They certainly completed 1. The throw came in, hit the stumps. Oh, they were just about to complete 1. So if that is not a completed second run, it would be 5 runs. We've only had... Well, we haven't had any signal at the moment yet, so I need to know what I'm doing. We got 2 now. So they're saying 2 left. 5 scored, thank you. So that's 5 runs. It did indeed go for a boundary. Throw deflected away off the stumps. And Longton might feel that sums the afternoon up as Tom McGowan hits out deep into the outfield and is caught. At deep mid-wicket, Joe Abbott, you might have heard the fielder taking a good catch. And the Didsbury innings comes to an end, 256 all out. 1 ball left of the final over. And that is a fine effort from Didsbury. As the players come off the field, 256 all out. Charlie Lowen's 52, the highest score, but a fast 46 from Tim Hughes, a marvellous opening partnership. There you see good 30s from Steve Green, Nick Anderson. Good contributions all the way down the order. The extras column as well, 27 of those. We will see if there is any sanction for the amount of time taken. 173 minutes for the innings, which is just shy of 3 hours. But the umpires will determine what they're going to do about that. And we'll find that out over the tea break. We should be back in about half an hour to see Longton's chase of 256. The graphics will continue to appear. And we'll resume, as I say, around about 4:25. So welcome back to our live stream from Didsbury Cricket Club. I'm James Emerson, the Didsbury scorer, and we're just waiting for play to resume with Longton's chase of 256. The Didsbury total, bowled out off the penultimate ball of the innings. We're just going to see Tom Steele, you can see at the far end, taking strike. His partner, the left-handed Joe Abbott's non-striker. Nick Anderson, the Didsbury captain, with ball in hand. We're just going to get our way from the umpires. Come on, David. There we are. Yeah, thank you. We're all good. So, 16:26, I make that. Longton took far too long with the overs, nearly 3 hours. The only penalty served on them was to have an extra fielder in the circle, which Pars would end. There we go. I wasn't 100% sure was adhered to, but anyway, it's by the by, it's done now, and we're away with the second innings. Didsbury will do themselves a favour to get through these overs quickly. But having said that, they don't need to rush particularly. The over rate nicked. Oh gosh, down to third man Tom McGowan down there. Would have been an easy catch for a second slip if they had one. The over rate's only predicated on 17 an hour, which is what you do in league cricket anyway. It's nothing, you don't have to do anything special. Particularly, just keep yourselves moving through the overs. And with two slow bowlers particularly, there was no excuse for Longton dragging that out, and they were fortunate that the only sanction was applied as it was, with fielders having to be brought into the circle, but with a lower order to bowl at, it wasn't so costly. Anyway, Didsbury, I've got this 256 to defend, and with a good bowling attack today, mainly spin. Steve Green, Rowan Agarwal, Tom McGowan to complement Anderson and Liam Booth, who we'll see opening from the Fletcher Moss end. Ed Newman can bowl as well. Tom Bidwell may be called upon. Just having a look who's where. We've got Rob Semi, you can see at slip next to Charlie Lowen. And that looks like Ed Newman at backward point, it is. Tom Bidwell at extra cover. Leach and Hughes mid-off, mid-on. That's a lovely shot. That's driven for 4 through that gap. Just 2 fielders allowed out in the first 8 overs. And that's a nice start for Joe Abbott. Still have felt better with that pinging off the bat. Correction, that's Rowan Agarwal at extra cover, of course. Tom's here and Steve Green at mid-wicket. Tom's at square leg. Ooh. Exotic looking attempt at a cut. Thankfully he'd be relieved to have missed that, Joe Abbott's. So, good first over for Longton. That's their suspected batting order. We're not sure on that, but okay. So we're going to see Liam Booth from the far end, the Fletcher Moss end. R3's 282 at Didsbury. That will take a bit of getting. So much for the win-lose brigade there. Right. Anyway, we're ready, I think, for this second over. We've taken a bit of time over this one as well, but we're all ready. Tom Steele facing Liam Booth. canny ball of Liam Booth. I'll just try and move that view across a little bit so you can see, oops, Rob Semi there at slip. Booth in. Oh, there's a quick single, that's out if it hits, but just missed. Oh my goodness me. That would have been just what the doctor ordered for Didsbury had he had Newman been able to hit. Sorry, we've had that too, haven't we? The second ball there. Very risky run from Tom Steer with all those men in the circle. He was a long way short. But survived. The ball just missed the stumps. Tom McGowan stopped it, backing up very well. At on the other side of the pitch, he's just feeling his knee, I think, a little bit there. Liam Booth's going to come round the wicket to the left-hander. Joe Abbott's. Just a bit of brightness in the general atmosphere now as well. That's still lighting up a little bit overhead. It's still cloudy, but some bits of blue. Oh, he's lost his run there, Liam Booth, so to do that one again. And as we've been saying, not a few doubts about whether we might get a full game in today, but we seem to be set fair. And certainly all the signs auguring well at the moment in that regard. Just looking at the men. We've got a third man, Rowan Agarwal, Tom Bidwell on the cover boundary, the two men out. Everybody else in the circle. Oh, upish. But skirted wide of backward point. Single. Joe Abbott's just uncertainly forward. Free hit. Oh. Well, we didn't get this signal properly there from umpire Brian Boys. He should have worded to it, acknowledge that. So no ball and one run takes us on to 9. Yep. Should be on 9. No ball and a free. Well, actually, correction. No, that's it's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. Yep. Not for the first time. Let's try that again. There we go. 8 is the score. Thanks, Will. Right. Now let's. This over's taken a long time as well. What's going on? Been able to adjust the field because the batter's swapped on strike. So this is a free hit. And really well hit. Is it 4 or 6? 4 runs. And a really good use of the free ball. A free hit rather for Tom Steele. Smacked it over mid-on without a care in the world. I don't know whether it looked a very controlled shot as well, so not particularly influenced by it being a free hit. Anyway, that's his first boundary. Reply from Liam Booth to end that second over, which took a little while. But, there we go, 12 for no wicket after 2. Yeah, almost 6 minutes that over took. Not quite sure why. It's a bit of messing about with the side screen and things. Anyway, on to the third over. Nick Anderson in. Joe Abbott's on strike. Left-handed, bowled him. That's a beauty. Nick Anderson delighted with that, and well he should be. That was a super delivery. And an early blow for Didsbury, with Joe Abbott's clean bowled by the Didsbury skipper for 5. Lovely sound, lovely feeling. Yeah, yeah. And a good early blow. Didsbury there, delighted with that. All good. Yeah, we're all good. Just checking our scoreboard display's working. And we'll find out from Will who's going in. Freddie Dorbar is coming in. Very good. Right, let's just get that over a little bit. So a big, good early blow for Didsbury. Just what they wanted, and Nick Anderson, the man. Just started to find his range with the bat in the Didsbury innings. Some fine shots, typical Nick Anderson shots there. As I say, he's had a bit of a struggle with the bat so far this year, but it's more like himself in that innings, and he'll super early wicket there with a great full ball, nipped a little bit, good pace, and the left-handed Joe Abbott's beaten all ends up. So 12 for 1, Freddie Dorbar just getting his guard sorted out, looking round at the field. What's he got? Fairly orthodox for this stage, a slip. He's got 4 men in and fairly close in. Steve Green at short extra cover. Oh, that looks a good shout, and it's given. LBW first ball. And you can hear Didsbury absolutely pumped up with that. Freddie Dorbar going nowhere. Trapped on the crease. You can see him trudging disconsolately off, but I think that was as out as they come. And Nick Anderson on a hat-trick. Super delivery, full, straight, and a huge shout from the Didsbury team. Umpire David Tate didn't actually take that long for him. Agreed as well.
Ross Coates.
So Ross Coates, the man, who's going to come in and face the music, face the hat-trick ball as well. What a situation to be coming into. You're facing the Didsbury captain, the Cheshire captain, pumped up 2 in 2, and your side right, set back 12 for 2, chasing 256 runs to win the match. And this is quite a scenario to be coming into. So Nick Anderson on a hat-trick. Oh, safely forward. Ross Coates, much to his relief, I'm sure, felt the bat, sort of the ball on the middle of the bat. But what a start for Didsbury. Absolutely perfect. The 2 slips in there now for Nick Anderson. He's really finding his range now. Slashed away, but well fielded. Tom Bidwell, backward point, very astute fielder. Took a terrific catch yesterday at Grappan Hall. And there again, tumbling, diving stop. He clipped that quite nicely, Ross Coates, to be fair to him. That's on for a double wicket made nonetheless, Nick Anderson. And he's going to get it as well. So that's brilliant for the Didsbury captain, absolutely brilliant. A clean ball and LBW, a double wicket maiden in just the third over of the innings. And Longton in a whole world of trouble. 12 for 2. Liam Booth to continue. DLS already up to 40 for what that's worth at this stage. Just give you an indication of how far the balance has tipped in Didsbury's favour with those early wickets. Oh, beautiful delivery, typical Liam Booth delivery that one. It's moved away. What do you think of your chances here now, Will? Are you
Slim.
oh, a one-word summary from Will, the Longton scorer. It's been a terrific start from Didsbury. Single there for Tom Steele. Is that out to the man on the point? Sorry, the cover boundary. That is Sam Leach, isn't it, out there? Just a slight adjustment to the field. Tom Bidwell at backward square leg now in the circle. Liam Booth's first ball at Ross Coates. Nice drive. Ooh. I don't know how far short that was of Tim Hughes at extra cover, but momentary interest from the Didsbury fielders. But a dot ball for them, they won't mind that. Just one off this over so far. And again, the same place, so that's an excellent second over from Liam Booth. Just one run from it, 13 for 2 off 4. You can see there already the stark contrast in run rates. Didsbury a rapid start. But, Longton have been pegged back after a promising first couple of overs. 12 off them. They're now really are up the Irrawaddy, to coin a phrase. The River Irrawaddy running through Longton as it flows out into the Atlantic Ocean. Did you know that, Will? I didn't know that.
Straight in.
I might have made it up, but anyway, Nick Anderson down, and that's again Tom Bidwell, well fielded. The non-striker is halfway down the pitch, and oh, well. Tom Steele hit it beautifully, didn't run. Ross Coates a bit over enthusiastic there. He thought it was worth a run anyway, but Tom Bidwell, such a good fielder there in that point region, grabbed it, threw it in. Oh my goodness me, flinched at that. That was a whisker away from an edge. Yeah, Tom Bidwell fielded the ball, had it in his throwing hand and back to the bowler in an instant. Very close to a run out here. I'll tell you what, I'll offer Will one of my sweets. Anyway, listeners, look at that. Some of Little's finest squidgy fruits. Necker in there, that's nicked and that's gone. That is gone, and that is the pressure of the situation, the quality of Nick Anderson entices the nick from Tom Steele. He's on his way. Out for 7. After a promising start for him, it's all gone wrong. Just one off the last 8 balls that he faced, nicking that one from Nick Anderson, drawn into the shot. A 3rd Longton wicket down, score 13 only. 2 batsmen on naught at the crease. We'll just wait to see who's coming in. And it will be, as you heard, Tom Hope. A bit of a torrid afternoon with the ball, did Tom earlier. 4 for 71 he finished with, picking up some wickets towards the end, but a tough afternoon for him with the ball, and now he's got the work of 2 men to do with the bat. The left-hander, is he? Yep. The shape of the field, and he's going to come in and face a rampant Nick Anderson. 3 for 5 his figures. And 10 consecutive dot balls he's bowled now, 3 wickets. Longton still 100 miles away from the target, anywhere near on being on track for the target. DLS up to 65, so that's largely becoming, that's just a guide. It's these 3 wickets they've lost in this, the first 5 overs. Anderson in. Ooh. This really does, I mean, it looked a stiff task at the interval. I think we agreed, didn't we, young Will? And it's rapidly diminishing for Longton with bowling of this quality. Oh, Tom Hope's found a nice intelligent single there, just a little gap in the offside. That's really all Longton can do. They've just got to settle and try and get a partnership going. It's going to be very difficult anyway, but they don't need to throw the wickets away. Just being too desperate to get quick runs. Oh, with bowling like that though, it's going to be a difficult proposition even to get bat on it. That whiz past the edge of Ross Coates' bat. Fortunate to survive. But, he does. So 14 for 3. 5 overs in the innings in tatters for Longton, but Didsbury absolutely delighted. They batted pretty well. They'll have wanted more runs than they got. They know they should have done with the starts that a number of players got. But that's the nature of the cup cricket as well. They used all but 1 ball of their allocation. 256 is a good score in 40 overs. And with the bowling, the quality of the bowling attack, it's going to be a lot of runs to get. Here's Liam Booth round the wicket to Tom Hope. He's turned that nicely. It'll only be another single though. And coming in off the deep backward square leg boundary. Brings Ross Coates onto strike, right-hander of course, so I'll just put that over there. Uh-oh. Not a bit optimistic that shout, but it'll be the dot ball. It'll be as good to Didsbury. Every dot ball puts the pressure on. The rate required almost up to 7 now already. We're only in the 6th over. That's a nice shot though in response. Sensible shot from Ross Coates to open his account. Trying to hit it too hard. There are gaps of course with just the two fielders out. Big gap in the circle there through extra cover mid-off region as you saw. And he's away with a boundary for 19 for 3. Wide ball though, that's signalled, and we did get a clearer signal there from umpire Brian Boyce. Charlie Lowen's going to come up to the stumps. Obviously feels the batter's taken 1 or 2 liberties, so just to give him another thing to think about. Single there, yes, they've judged that one well, the 2 batters. They've brought a lot of members and supporters with them, Longton. It's good to see them. See some of them at the top of the picture. There's quite a few in front enjoying themselves in front of the bar area. Not much else to cheer for their side at the moment, but they're applauding everything they can, trying to get behind their side. It's Booth round the wicket, well dug out by Tom Hope. You can see that no comparison really. Longton, the 3 early wickets that have set them right back. Anderson in. Taking a single leg out to 3rd man. Still a fairly orthodox field. The 2 men back are on wide 3rd man and long leg. 2 men allowed out at this stage. That's Nick Anderson bowling well enough. Need to worry about that. His 5th ball went for 4. But after that, it's been a miserly spell. There's 2 runs. It's a wide ball though, a very loose one, and he holds his hands up and apologies to his team. Yes, after his first over went for 5. As you can see now, just 3 for 8 into his fourth over. Oh, that's a loose shot, but just wide again. By David Tate. Seemed to sort of change his mind halfway through the shot, but still ended up trying to go through with it. Tom Hope. That's a nice shot. Tom Hope's turned that away. He's not going to get a boundary, but there's a 3 there though. Is there? Oof. An interested appeal from the 2 Didsbury fielders. Tim Hughes and Tom Bidwell did a good job chasing that back. It was a nice shot from Tom Hope, nicely controlled. Just got a bit of a sprint on doing that third. Ross Coates, as he realised the ball was going towards his end, but he got in safely enough to umpire's satisfaction. That's 3 runs for Tom Hope. Oh, thin air there, Ross Coates. He clearly likes that shot, Ross Coates. He's finding a bit of joy down there as well. Another single. Nicely fielded. It's nicely hit by Tom Hope. No reward on that occasion for him. But, Longton just settling things down. You can see poor start, but no wickets for a couple of overs now. They're just trying to regroup as best they can. Plenty of time, these 2, to do that. Booth in. And he's found a gap there, Ross Coates. 4 runs, slashing that away. Down to the boundary at third man. Edged and gone, yes. Charlie Lowen standing up. We did say what a good job he does of doing that. And Ross Coates, having hit a 4 the previous ball, reaches out, gropes for one, nicks it through, and as so many have found themselves in the past, he's another Liam Booth victim caught behind the wicket. And that really is... you would think pretty much curtains for Longton. 32 for 4. Ross Coates, 11 and out. And the captain, yeah, looks like Ed Jones coming in to a pretty ghastly situation for Longton. A wonderful one for Didsbury though. They've been absolutely dominant. It's interesting the chat going on out there. 4 down behind the rate, I'll say. DLS is 96 now. Well, let's give you an indication of the actuality of it. But Didsbury completely dominant now. As the Longton captain. Ed Jones faces his first ball from Liam Booth. Oh my goodness me, he's given straight out straight away. It's a full ball. And Liam Booth was celebrating almost as soon as it hit him on the pad. Umpire Brian Boys, no doubt at all. And I think the batsman knew as well as soon as it hit him. So that's a first baller for the captain. It's off a bit of an afternoon that started very well for him. An excellent first 4 overs when he took 3 wickets, but the second part of his bowling really got hammered. And now he's come out and gone straight back again. LBW to Liam Booth for no score. 32 for 5. Longton. So we'll see who's coming out to first. The second hat-trick ball of the innings. Archie Dobar. So it was his brother who got the first bowler earlier, yeah. So this is Archie Dobar's turn now to come in and face the music. Let's get that, there we go. Pretty hopeless situation for him. 32 for 5. A rampant Didsbury attack. 2 very, very experienced bowlers. Look at that. I'll see if I can move that across for you for the camera. I don't see this very often. We've got 4 slips. See if I can get the 4th slip in. Just there he is. Oops. Sorry, Charlie. Moved you out of the shot. So Rowan Agarwal's been brought into 4th slip. He's going to come round the wicket. Liam Booth to a left-hander. So all those men in the field. Liam Booth in. Oh my goodness me! That was within a whisker of the edge. Oh my goodness. And Archie Dobar breathes this huge sigh of relief. He's missed that one somehow. Goodness. Still got the 4 slips in, Nick Anderson. Oh, and he's got to take a run, but oh my goodness. Yeah, got there in the end. It was a little bit touch and go for a moment. But he's got away. Archie Dobar got a single. I think we'll just retreat back to a slightly more conservative field. Yeah, just just the 1 slip in now for Tom Hope. It's looked pretty good, I have to say. Should. Last ball of the power play. Oh, that struck him looked like a rather painful blow. But it's survived. So, end of the power play, and there we are. 33 for 5. You can see there the 2 Didsbury opening bowlers done superbly well. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Liam Booth in that over. 2 for 20 for him, and Nick Anderson has been absolutely superb. 3 for 13. He's going to have a 5th over, why not? Really set the example for his team today. And what's Archie Dobar going to make of facing the Cheshire captain? I think possibly a little bit of a different prospect to the bowling he faced yesterday. Oh, it's not much of an idea about that. But he's got a run. It's flown off the edge. He didn't know where it had gone. The answer is down to third man. So he's got a single at least away from the heat. And the men coming back now. We've got 3 out. So fine leg and a deep backward square leg for Tom Hope. Wide third man in play as well, but Didsbury keeping the pressure on. That's down the leg side. That will be a wide. 35-45. Well, that's a fine shot from Tom Hope. Canderson dropping short, very unusual for him. And finding out as so many bowlers did, indeed, as Tom Hope himself found out earlier in the innings, drop it short here and you will get the treatment. That's a fine shot. First boundary for Tom Hope. Nick Anderson round the wicket to him now. We're too concerned, Nick Anderson. They need a lot more of those. Longton to get anywhere near, and 5 down in the 9th. Be a brave man who put money on them doing that. Or woman, of course. We must remember ourselves. Oh, that's when we're bowling like that. Next wicket never very far away. A big shout from Nick Anderson, but Tate not interested on this occasion. However, the dot ball will suit Didsbury just fine. Now you can see it's been a real procession for Longton. Booth. So 2 wickets in 2 balls in the previous over. We'll be looking for another one here. He's pulling to Archie Dobar. Oh. There's some of your mates there, Will. Fast cars. Driven up from Stoke. But I'll be disappointed to have come all this way out. So, I don't know what's gone on there. He just was about to bowl, Liam Booth. Stopped. I don't know whether something was said. But, batsman doesn't look very happy either. I don't know whether he suddenly just pulled away. To do that one again anyway. But yes, any visitors coming up now from Longton will be a bit of a wasted trip if they were hoping to see anything particularly special from their side. There's still a bit of cricket to watch, but their hopes are the remotest. So they did brought a good number of people up to watch today, which has been good to have them at the club. But they found extremely difficult, and goodness me, that was nearly another one there. Leading edge, Archie Dobar flew out into the offside. Could have gone anywhere. Thankfully, it went between fielders. Charlie Lowen did something similar in the early part of his innings earlier on for Didsbury. He went on to make an excellent 52. And it could have been also different if that had gone to, that chance had gone to hand, just like that one. See if Archie Dobar can profit from that escape. It's not been the wickets in this over for Liam Booth, but quite happy with 5 dots. Which is, as you can see, what the over has amounted to. Keeper up now, last ball of this 10th over, and it is a maiden from Liam Booth. Well bowled him, so 10 overs, Longton 39 for 5. You can see absolutely no comparison between the 2 run rates and all those circles indicating the wickets. Didsbury was 67 for none off 10. Which gives a very accurate picture of the difference between the 2 sides at this stage. That's Nick Anderson round the wicket to Tom Hope. Oof. Too wide for the umpire's liking. Again is going to be, let's just flick the pad on that occasion. So apart from that wide, we've had 12 dots in a row now. And, broken with that single, but that's all it is, just one. Did not know a thing about that. Archie Dorbar, it's gone down to fine leg. Inside edge. Squirted off the inside edge, down to fine leg. And so let go, just a quiet over, 3 runs from it. Correction, that was of course off the edge of Tom Holt's bat, so a bit of a distraction in front of the scorebox with football being kicked around, much to my annoyance. I don't know how we allow them at these grounds, it's not a football field. Anyway, 42 for 5 off 11. That's a nice shot from Archie Dorbar, it's a single. That's gone high in the air, flicked away, it's fallen safe though. And just a single. Tom Holt poking that one up into the air. Gets away with that. Lives to fight another day. Nice shot, it's going to be 1 run again. Wide of backward point, but Steve Green doing the fielding duties on the cover boundary now. Game at a bit of a stalemate at the minute. And 6 runs off the last 2.4 overs. No real intent or attempts from the Longton batsman to do anything more than that. That's a nice shot though. Clipped away, another single though. They're picking the fielders out. It's very difficult, of course, though, for the Longton batsman. Almost hopeless situation. 5 down within the power play. 5 wickets in that time is always going to severely dent your ambitions. It's driven by Archie Dorbar, just wide of Tom Bidwell at short cover. A couple of runs. And 6 off the over. 48 for 5. Of 12 overs. So we're going to have a change of bowling, and we're going to see Rohan Agarwal, young leg spinner. Let's have a look at you, Rohan. There you are. Nick Anderson's excellent opening spell, 3 for 22 off 6. There is reason for 3 of those 5 dots on the run rate. Liam Boo the other 2. And Rowan Agarwal just getting his field ready. We'll just have a quick check round it in a moment. So he comes in first ball to Tom Hope, who scoops it round the corner for a single. So there's nobody back straight. We've got a deep square leg, a deep cover. Short fine leg in a circle. That's it. So Didsbury inviting, quite rightly inviting Longton to hit. Take the risk. They're going to have to do something pretty special to get anywhere near. And young Rohan, as I say, we've seen him come on in leaps and bounds for Didsbury. He's regularly training at Lancashire now. And there's a very exciting prospect. Several of those at the club. It's nice and rhythmical, a good strong pivot at the hips. And he's getting quickly through this over. Batsman just trying to take a bit of time to knock him off. He's bowled him. Didn't work for the batsman. He knew the bowler was rushing through the over. Took a moment to try and reset himself, but did him no good at all. He's bowled. Beauty from Rohan Agarwal, and that's the end of Archie Dorbar. 7 from 18 for him. And the game drifting, well, not drifting, but absolutely rocketing inexorably towards Didsbury. 6 down now, Longton, in just the 13th over. I see Alex Coates coming out. Thank you, Will. There's every chance we won't even make it to drinks here at this rate. Don't see much point taking them either, to be honest. It's all the warmth as Longton's got out of the air. It's distinctly chilly now. Young Will's found a hoodie from somewhere, which is good. Have you still got your shorts? He's still got his shorts on, the young man next to me. Go! He's braver than me. So he's got a right-handed batter, Alex Coates. I saw him with the ball in hand earlier. Oh, pretty well finished. 1 for 50 off 8, which I think he bowled a bit better than that, I'd suggest. Certainly his opening spell was the target of the opening bowlers 2. John of the Sweet, Will, there we are. Goodwill gesture as Rowan Agarwal's into him, and he's flirted that away for a single. That brings up the Longton 50. But a cold comfort for them. 50 for 6. After 13 overs, and game all but over, we're going to see a change of bowling. Looks like Tom McGowan is marking his run-up out. He is. You can see the mess there that the Longton card's in. Wonderful for Didsbury supporters, of course. Myself included in that number. That's been a fantastic effort from the team. They had a tough game yesterday, a long game at Grappenhall, ground out the win there. And then they've come straight back to business today, confidently choosing to bat, correctly choosing to bat, getting the runs on the board. And they've done a super job with the field. They've absolutely strangled the life out of this Longton reply. And at 50 for 6, and it's about to be 50 for 7 because that's Tom Bidwell. Caught it down here at square leg and a wicket. First ball for Tom McGowan. Alex Coates little too eager to get on with things. And it's almost just like catching practice that you get before a game. That one for Tom Bidwell. So Alex Coates has come and gone in the blink of an eye. Just one for him, 2 balls. And Tom McGowan will be delighted with that, a wicket with his first ball. Thank you. So we're rattling through the Longton order. I'm seeing the number 9, Raghu Sharma. We've just had an hour's cricket as well. And although Didsbury have only got through 13 overs, that will be irrelevant with the fact that they have skittled the Longton lineup. 50 for 7. Sharma bowled a tidy 8 overs earlier without ever really looking to do anything really threatening. Help put the brake on, I think, we'll say. But batting clearly not what he's in the side to do. It's not his fault, of course. He's got to come in and do what he can. And he's got away with a single. Oh, he's jogging through there. He better hurry up. That's out. That looks out to me. He was jogging through there very casually. Raghu Sharma. There was a direct hit. Came in. The umpire didn't seem in the least bit interested. But it was a very casual run from Raghu Sharma, and he can only have been within millimetres of a very embarrassing dismissal there. He's survived, he's got a run. Oh, well, that would have put the tin lid on it, wouldn't it, young Will? Dear me. Anyway, right, let's get on. Here's Tom Hope, who, while all this carnage has been going on, has been batting away safely at the other end. Oh, and he's caught. Now he's out as well. Yeah, that's nicked. Juggled a little bit by Charlie Lowen, but a clear nick. And that's all over Casanova for Tom Hope. Battled hard, top score of 13 in the innings. Well, that's the fact of it. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to... thank you. You and Hurst. You and yours. Well, viewers in the Longton area. A bit of extra free time if they were planning on watching some cricket. Yes, we're only on an hour's cricket. They've lost 8 wickets in that time. Absolutely disintegrated Longton. And Tom McGowan, 2 wickets in his first over. Splendid for the young gentleman from the Emerald Isle. Nice juggling catch by Charlie Lowen. Yes, do you know where that is? It's not near Longton.
No, I know.
Ireland. Young Will, Ireland. There we are. So, the end of a very eventful first over for Tom McGowan. There you can see 2 wickets and just a run off his first over. Rohan Agrawal 1 for 2. It's absolutely desperate. Longton who have well and truly collapsed here. It's going to be Raghu Sharma's almost run out embarrassingly off his first ball, not paying attention. He's going to face. Have a guess what the Duckworth Lewis par score is now at this stage.
221.
Well guessed, young Will. He's looking at information on the screen.
4 times behind.
Yes, I think Didsbury have lapped him a couple of times in running parlance. And I think they'll actually do well to finish because there's a feel of rain about things. It's gone chilly, a bit gloomier. Is it drizzly? It might. I don't know. It could be. It could. There might be some spots of rain. It's got that feel about it. I don't think that's going to deter things very much. We've certainly had more than enough for a game. Anyway, with the overs allocation, so I won't worry about that. Rowan Agarwal in. Now he's jogging these runs. Friend Sharma, isn't he? He's he's okay on that occasion. Go all in. Ewanhurst. Is he a regular first teamer, Ewan, or is he?
He is regular, but finds himself.
We didn't see him with the ball, did we?
Second off.
Yeah.
The batting order now.
Yeah. Well, he's got off the mark with a nice, sensible single there.
He's a good, very good batsman.
Oh, is it? What's he doing at number 10?
What shall I say this?
Well, don't say it then. It's all right. We'll talk about it later. It's fine. It's fine. He's got a pretty hopeless task ahead of him. We're just reorganising the field slightly. We've got the deep mid wicket in on the boundary there in case Raghu hears the little voice in his head that tells him now. I wouldn't advise that against young Rowan. He's a very canny bowler. Oh, Ewanhurst. Keen on a non-existent run there. Sent back.
Mish, can you give me some tissue?
Down the pitch. It's definitely got cooler and a bit greyer, but we'll get through in time. It's a nice hit. It's gone over the head of Nick Anderson. Not sure it's going to go to the boundary. You might hear some enthusiastic cheers from the Longton supporters who have travelled up. But it's the merest crumb of comfort there. You can see the absolute tatters of the Longton innings. 56 for 8. All hope gone, and just a matter of time for Didsbury to tidy this up. He's satisfied, Nick Anderson, captain. You see him walking across there to take up his position at mid-off. Well, doesn't need to. To be fair, he's had a good day, and his side have had a very good day, and they're just about to progress through to the national knockout next stage. It's flicked away. There's going to be a... That's out! Not out, no, not out, says umpire David Tate at square leg. Good throw from Rowan Agarwal. But Ewanhurst survived. It's another close call with a run out. Time for a sweet of my own. Oh. Flighting that nicely, Tom McGowan. Well, there we go, young Will. A bit of optimism now. He's recognised the target's down just to 200. But, I'm not sure if they could bat them all again. They would be able to get much further headway-wise. A single there for you and Nurse. He might have got a couple actually. Yeah, just turning for 2. Nicely done. 2 off that last ball. And there you can see the run rate graph again, just showing still what a disaster that's been for Longton. Brilliant for Didsbury. They've been absolutely dominant. Won the toss, no hesitation in choosing to bat. A good innings, good solid innings in the end. And they've very much done the second part of the job with the ball. Haven't even needed to call upon Steve Green with the ball. Jack Ward absent today with an injured finger. He might have been a bowling option too in this format, but such is the job that the openers have done, and these two younger spinners. It's been a terrific team effort from Didsbury. Oh gosh, we can nudging that away for 1 here. To be an awful long way back if he'd have missed it, but anyway, he got the bat on it. Now what's Ewan Hurst going to do? Is he, he's going to have a little look. If he fancies the big hit, there's only the man out on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and it's not a big one out there. He's going to nudge it away for 1. We did say, well, some hours ago now, wasn't it, that although it's a short boundary, it's not as easy to find it as you might think.
My name is Alexa.
Well, we had plenty of boundaries in the Didsbury innings.
My name is Alexa.
With 28 fours
My
and 4
name
sixes.
is Charlie.
In this Longton reply, just 5 boundaries. Gives an indication of the amount of pressure that Didsbury have brought to bear, how well they're bowled. It's 2 from
My
that over.
name is Charlie.
61 for 8.
How do we talk? Do you have to hold it up?
Good.
My name is Alexa. My name
So
is
Tom
Charlie.
McGowan to a 3rd over. 2 men back on the leg side boundary this time. Ewan Hurst fancies that. It's flipped up nicely. Flipped off the pads though. It's looped up nicely by the bowler, inviting the big shot, which he might as well. Absolutely right for the bowler to do that. Temptation there for the batsman. And he's gone for it. I think he has got enough. He has just got enough of it. 4 runs. Dissected the 2 fielders. There's a good blow for Ewan Hurst. Just a 3rd Longton bat to get into double figures. That boundary moves on to 10. Took a risk doing that. Managed to dissect the 2 fielders. There's a longer hit out there. Will he try and do that against? Toss right up by Tom McGowan.
My name is Alexa.
You can get a feel of that on your pictures if you're
Charlie.
with us. He's looping that ball right up, saying, "Come on."
Coach.
Well, that's a full no ball. Yes, I was going to say. Went for the
Charlie
one,
Coach.
and it's gone for 4. So it's a no ball.
My name is Charlie
And we need a boundary 4 signal, gentlemen. We've not had a boundary 4 signal. Are we going to get a boundary 4 signal? Oh, we're not going to get a boundary 4 signal. Shall we give it 4, Will?
I think I did see it cross the boundary.
Yeah. Oh, it's a free hit. So are you happy to give that 4? Okay. It's a no ball and 4. So it's 70. We did not get a signal from the umpire for the 4 runs, so technically that is not given. He's gone over the top there nicely, Ewan. He's found another boundary. We did get a signal this time. And having reached double figures, he's now top scored, Ewan Hurst, 18. And enjoying himself, why not? Didn't get a ball today, not much to do in the field. And he's watched his colleagues come and go. He's taken 12 off that over with the bat, plus the no ball. So best over by some distance of the... okay, that's fine, yeah. So 74, yeah, good.
I can't even hear myself.
And that has put a bit of a dent in Tom McGowan's figures. 2 wickets for 1 run after 1 over. 17 now, he's conceded in 3, but tossing it up, tempting the batsman to hit, that's fair enough. It's just a full toss that slipped out. Tried to bowl it a bit too quickly, that quicker ball, and rightly penalised as a no ball, but just needed the signal to... I'm pretty sure it went for 4 anyway. We're giving it now and we've not had a correction. So we'll keep it at that. Single there for Raghu Sharma. So Ewan Hurst, will he try and take on Rowan Agol? There's 2 men back on the leg side now, so he's clearly... The long on is in as well, so deep backward square, long on and deep mid wicket. But he'll do well to it, Rowan down there. Yeah, this is also the best partnership of the innings too now. 24 these two have added, albeit in somewhat academic circumstances. Oh, there's a yes-no interlude. Raghu Sharma decided he was coming. And Ewan Hurst got home as well. Single off that last ball of the 19th, 76 for 8. And there you can see these two having a bit of fun at the end. 25 they've added, adding a little bit of respectability to the score. McGowan's going to continue. Oh, wide ball. Ewan Hurst, let's see if he repeats the big hitting of the previous over. Well, he has, he's gone up in the air, but this should be out. Steve Green is underneath it. Steve Green has taken it. Very well caught, and not this time for Ewan Hurst. Caught it deep mid on. Running round Steve Green, a good catch just out of your shot unfortunately, but smart pace of work from him. 10th wicket down is Brodie Mack. Comes in. And the final scenes of our game this afternoon being played out rather anticlimactically, but Didsbury will not be in the least bit troubled by that because it's been a brilliant performance from them. Very good competitive total, 256. It takes a lot of chasing, and then with the ball, early interest for Longton, 12 off the first 2, but that's as good as it got, really. Lost 5 wickets in the power play in the first 8 overs, 32 for 5. Nick Anderson bowling brilliantly. Both he and Liam Booth found themselves on hat-tricks at different times, and then it's just been a steady procession after that. So a little bit of cheer for Longton with that stand of 26 for the 9th, but it's only delaying the inevitable. As Brodie Mack pulled very well earlier, he's got to do. I'll see what he can do with the bat now. A nice little sweep as well, but he won't get a run for that. 2 for 37 from his 8, Brodie Mack. He bowled very nicely. Best of the Longton bowlers. Smartly across Tom McGowan. He's 3 for 18 now, and he'll would very much like a 4th. Just to wrap things up here. And a tidy defensive prod. Just trying to end that 20th over. So he has to work. He might not get his 4th wicket. Tommy. Rohan Agarwal is going to have his 5th. Be looking for his 2nd wicket to wrap this match up. Dominant performance from Didsbury. They've been really, really good today. And I've had, as it turned out, far too much for Longton. Down the pitch and stumped and out, and there it is. It is a 2nd wicket for Rohan Agarwal. The match is all over, and Didsbury have won by a massive 179 runs. An absolutely dominant performance from Didsbury. They have thoroughly outplayed their opponents from the North Staff's Premier Division. Raghu Sharma, the last man out, stumped for 6. And as you can see, sorry tail there, 77 all out. I'll just try and follow the players as they go off the field. The graphics will come up. And a scorecard that tells the tale of complete Didsbury dominance. Been thoroughly good value for this win, and you can see the Longton innings not even lasting into the drinks interval. 20.2 overs is all it took Didsbury to dismiss them for 77. Ron Agwal with the last wicket, he took 2 for 11. Just see the players coming on to shake hands. Good natured game. There we are. Scenes of the players going in to the pavilion. So yeah, 77 all out, and that's the tale in the worm turns of just how well Didsbury have played. All the bowlers with wickets, 3 for Nick Anderson and Tom McGowan, 2 each for Liam Booth and Ron Agwal. Close calls with the run-outs as well. But 77 all out, and that whopping 179 run win takes Didsbury through to the second round of the national knockout. They'll await their opponents, and we shall hopefully have some coverage of that. Didsbury first at home on Saturday. We'll have coverage of that on our YouTube channel. But for now, this is James Emerson, the Didsbury scorer. My thanks to Will Garlick, my colleague, a very good colleague from Longton, who's helped me out with all the technology. Thank goodness for that. And